I quit teaching 6 months ago. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. I used to be a third-grade teacher at Newton Elementary. I loved my job, loved my students, loved watching their faces light up when they finally understood something they'd been struggling with. But love doesn't pay the bills when you're a single father. So now I deliver food. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. Whatever app pings first. I work 70 hours a week. I make about twice what I made as a teacher, and every single day I hate myself a little bit more for giving up the one thing I was good at. But my son needs me, and right now, he needs me to have flexible hours and money in the bank more than he needs me to have a job I love. Before we get to it, where are you watching from? Share in the comments. And if you want more compelling stories about love, loss, and impossible choices, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss our next story. It's been 6 months since Caroline died. 6 months since I became a single father. 6 months since I lost the love of my life in a car accident that never should have happened. Today would have been her 30th birthday, so I'm taking Cody to see her. Cody is 4 years old. He doesn't fully understand death yet. He knows Mommy is gone. He knows she's not coming back, but he still asks when she's coming home. Still sets a place for her at dinner sometimes. It kills me every single time. "Daddy, where are we going?" Cody asks from his car seat. He's clutching a handful of daisies we picked from the park. His favorite flowers. Caroline's favorite flowers. "We're going to visit Mommy." "At the place with the rocks?" "Yeah, buddy. The cemetery." "Will she be there?" I grip the steering wheel tighter. "In a way." He's quiet for a moment. Then, "Can I give her the flowers?" "Of course you can." Oakwood Cemetery is 20 minutes outside the city. Rolling hills, old oak trees. Quiet. Caroline is buried in the oldest section where the people from traditional families rest. Plot 247, row C. I've memorized it. I park the car. Unbuckle Cody, hold his hand as we walk through the gates. He's been here 3 times before, once for the funeral, which he barely remembers. Twice since then. He's getting used to it, which breaks my heart in a different way. "Is Mommy's rock the pretty one?" he asks. "Yeah, the one with the angel." Caroline's headstone is white marble. Her parents, well, her father, paid for it. I couldn't afford anything close to that nice. Caroline Elizabeth Ballard, 1995, 2024. Beloved daughter. I hate that it doesn't say beloved wife or beloved mother. But I wasn't consulted. I wasn't even invited to help plan the funeral, because Caroline's father didn't know I existed. We round the corner toward her grave, and I stop, because someone is already there. A man, older, maybe 60, expensive suit, gray hair, standing with his back to us, staring down at Caroline's headstone. Gregory Ballard, her father. I've never met him, but I've seen his picture. Caroline showed me once, years ago, when she was trying to explain why she couldn't tell him about me. "He's not a bad man," she'd said. He has very specific ideas about what my life should look like, and you don't fit into those ideas." I'd asked her, "Am I ever going to meet him?" She'd smiled sadly. "Someday, when I'm brave enough." But someday never came. I saw him at the funeral. They didn't see me at all. I should leave, turn around, come back later. But Cody was already pulling me forward. "Daddy, come on. I want to give Mommy the flowers." Gregory turns at the sound of Cody's voice. For a moment, we just stare at each other. He's holding a bouquet of orchids. Expensive, perfect. The kind of flowers you buy when you have more money than emotion. Cody and I are holding daisies. Wilted, free, the kind of flowers you pick when you have more love than money. "Excuse me," Gregory says. His voice is cold, clipped. "This is my daughter's grave." "I know," I say quietly. "Then perhaps you could give me a moment of privacy." Cody looks up at me, confused. I kneel down next to him. Buddy, can you go put the flowers on Mommy's grave for me? Okay. He runs forward, clutching the daisies. Gregory watches him annoyed. Then he looks at me. I don't know who you are, but this is a private. And then Cody places the daisies on the grave, right next to the photo embedded in the headstone, the photo of Caroline smiling. Hi, Mommy, Cody says softly. I brought you flowers, the pretty yellow ones you like. Gregory goes completely still. Cody, he whispers. Cody looks up. That's me. How do you know my name? Gregory stares at him. At his eyes, Caroline's eyes. At his nose, Caroline's nose. At his smile, Caroline's smile. Then Gregory looks at me. And I see the exact moment he understands. Who are you? His voice is shaking now. I take a breath. My name is Emmett Marsh. That doesn't answer my question. She was my wife. Silence. Just the wind through the trees, the distant sound of traffic, Cody humming to himself as he arranges the daisies. Gregory's face goes through several emotions in rapid succession: confusion, disbelief, anger. That's impossible. It's not. My daughter wasn't married. She was, for almost 5 years. You're lying. I pull out my phone. Show him a photo. Me and Caroline on our wedding day. City Hall, simple dresses and a suit from Target. But we were smiling. God, we were smiling. Gregory stares at the photo. His hand trembles. When? He whispers. 5 years ago, June 14th. She never told me. I know. Why? I look at him. At this man who terrified Caroline so much she hid her entire life from him. Because she knew you wouldn't approve. Or Gregory's face hardens. Of course I wouldn't approve. Who are you? What do you do? Right now, I'm a delivery driver. A delivery driver. He says it like it's a disease. And you thought you were good enough for my daughter? She thought I was good enough. That's all that mattered. My daughter deserved better than what? Than someone who loved her? Than someone who made her happy? Than someone who saw her as more than just a Ballard? Gregory's jaw clenches. You have no idea what you're talking about. Don't I? I step closer. She told me about you. About how you tried to control every aspect of her life. About how you introduced her to suitable men. About how you made her feel like nothing she did was ever good enough unless it made you proud. I wanted what was best for her. You wanted what was best for your image. There's a difference. Cody runs back to us. Daddy, I told Mommy happy birthday. Gregory looks down at him. Really looks at him? How old are you? His voice has softened slightly. 4. Cody holds up 3 fingers. I'm a big boy. 4. Gregory repeats. He does the math. Looks at me. She was pregnant. Yes. For how long? She gave birth 4 years ago. You do the math. Gregory's face goes pale. She was pregnant at Christmas 4 years ago, when we had dinner. She said she was just tired from work. She was tired from being 7 months pregnant and hiding it from you. And then she left for her semester away in Milan. She was not in Milan. She was here, but in the side of town you wouldn't find her. Why would she hide that from me? I'm her father. I had a right to know. Did you? I cross my arms. Because from what Caroline told me, you had rights to everything in her life, her career, her relationships, her choices. Maybe she wanted one thing that was just hers. I would have helped her. You would have tried to control her. Again. Gregory stares at me, then at Cody, then at Caroline's grave. She died 6 months ago, he says quietly. You've had 6 months to contact me, to tell me I had a grandson. Why didn't you? I don't have a good answer for that. I don't know. You don't know? I thought about it every day, but Caroline spent 5 years hiding us from you. I figured she had her reasons. So you just... What? Kept my grandson from me? I kept Cody away from a man who made his mother feel like she had to live a double life just to be happy. The words hang between us. Gregory's expression shifts. Hurt, then anger. Get out. What? Get away from my daughter's grave. Take that child and leave. That child is your grandson. I don't know that. I have no proof. You show me one photo and expect me to believe? I pull out my phone again. Pull up my photos. Scroll through. Caroline pregnant. Caroline holding newborn Cody. Caroline and Cody on his first birthday. His second. His third. His fourth. Hundreds of photos. A life Gregory never knew existed. I shove the phone toward him. There's your proof. 5 years of proof. A marriage, a child, a life. A life she was terrified to share with you because she knew. She knew you'd react exactly like this. Gregory looks at the photos. His hands are shaking. And then I see it. Tears streaming down his face. She was going to tell me, he whispers. The day she died, she called me, said she had something important to discuss. I thought it was about work. I was annoyed. I almost canceled. My stomach drops. What? She was coming to see me. That's where she was driving. To my house. He looks up at me. She died 10 minutes from my house. I couldn't breathe. Caroline was going to tell him. After 5 years of hiding, she'd finally worked up the courage. And she died before she could. Gregory closes his eyes. I waited for 2 hours. I thought she'd changed her mind. I was angry. I actually called her phone, left a voicemail saying she was being disrespectful. She never got it. I know. His voice breaks. The police called me at 8 p.m., said there'd been an accident. By the time I got to the hospital, she was already gone. We stand there. 2 men who both loved Caroline. Both failed her in different ways. Finally, Gregory speaks. I need proof, legal proof. Birth certificate, marriage certificate. I have them. Bring them to my office. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. He pulls out a business card, hands it to me. I take it. And then what? And then we'll see. He walks away without another word. Doesn't look back. Doesn't say goodbye to Cody. Cody tugs on my hand. Daddy, who was that man? I kneel down. Look into his eyes. Caroline's eyes. That was your grandfather. I have a grandfather. Yeah, buddy. You do. Me? Is he nice? I don't know how to answer that. I don't know yet. That night, after I put Cody to bed, I sit in the living room, staring at the business card. Gregory Ballard, CEO, Ballard Enterprises. I considered throwing it away. Gregory made it clear he doesn't want us in his life. But then I thought about Cody. He deserved to know his grandfather, deserved to have more family than just me. And maybe, just maybe, Gregory deserved a second chance at knowing his grandson. The next day, I took the afternoon off, set my delivery app as unavailable, lost out on $80 in earnings I desperately needed. But this was more important. I dropped Cody at daycare, drove downtown, parked in a garage that cost $25 for 2 hours. Ballard Enterprises is in one of those glass skyscrapers that make you feel small just looking at it. I walked in wearing my nicest clothes, khakis and a button-down I bought for Caroline's funeral. I looked ridiculous next to everyone in suits. The receptionist looked at me like I was lost. Can I help you? I have a meeting with Gregory Ballard, 2 p.m. She looked skeptical. Name? Emmett Marsh, she typed. Her eyebrows raised. Oh, yes, he's expecting you, 40th floor. The elevator ride felt like it taked an hour. When the doors opened, I was greeted by another receptionist. Older, stern. Mr. Marsh? Yes. Mr. Ballard is waiting. This way. She led me down a hall, past offices with glass walls, past conference rooms, past people who all look like they belong here. I didn't belong here. She opened the door. Mr. Marsh, sir. Gregory was sitting behind a massive desk, floor-to-ceiling windows behind him, view of the entire city. Emmett, sit. I sat. He gestured to a manila folder on his desk. Birth certificate, marriage certificate, any other documentation you can provide. I pulled out the folder I brought, handed it over. He opened it, read silently. Marriage certificate. City Hall, 5 years ago. Caroline Elizabeth Ballard and Emmett James Marsh. Birth certificate, Cody Alexander Marsh. Mother, Caroline Ballard. Father, Emmett Marsh. Photos, dozens of them. Gregory studied each one carefully. His expression never changed. Finally, he looked up. This doesn't make sense. What doesn't? Why she hid you. I've spent 24 hours trying to understand. Was I really that terrible? I didn't answer. I gave her everything, he continued. The best schools, the best opportunities, a job at my company, a penthouse apartment, everything a father could give a daughter. Except the freedom to make her own choices. That's not fair. Isn't it? I leaned forward. She told me about Mario. Gregory's face tightened. Mario was a good match. Mario was a hedge fund manager you handpicked. Caroline went on 3 dates with him because you insisted. She hated every minute. She never told me that. Because you never asked. You just assumed that because he had money and connections, he was right for her. And you think you were right for her. A delivery guy? I'm actually a teacher. You couldn't even manage that? The words hit like a punch. No, I said quietly. Because after Caroline died, I needed flexible hours to take care of our son. Teaching is 8 to 4, 5 days a week. If Cody gets sick, I can't just leave. If he needs me, I have to be there. Delivery driving lets me do that. Oh. Gregory was quiet for a moment. You gave up teaching to raise him alone. Yes. Why didn't you hire help? A nanny? With what money? I laughed bitterly. I make about $60,000 a year now if I work 70-hour weeks. Daycare costs $1,400 a month. Rent is $1,800. Food, utilities, Cody's clothes because he grows out of everything every 3 months. There's nothing left for a nanny. So you work yourself to death. I do what I have to do. Gregory leaned back in his chair, studying me. My daughter loved you. It's not a question, just a statement. Yes? Enough to hide her entire life from me. She wasn't hiding her life, she was protecting it. From me? Yes. He closed his eyes. I've spent 30 years building this company, building wealth, building a legacy, and my daughter was so terrified of me that she married a stranger in secret and had a child I knew nothing about. She wasn't terrified of you. She was terrified of disappointing you. What's the difference? One is about fear. The other is about love. Gregory opened his eyes. I want to meet him, properly. Cody. Why? Because he's my grandson, and I've already missed 4 years. I don't want to miss any more. And if I say no, then I'll respect that, but I'm asking, please. It's the please that gets me. Okay, I said, but on my terms, at my apartment, where he's comfortable. When? Saturday, 2 p.m., and Gregory. If you say anything that makes him feel like he's not good enough, we're done. Understood? Understood. Saturday came too fast. I cleaned the apartment. Cody didn't understand why I was nervous. Is Grandpa coming? He asked. Yes. Is he nice now? I hope so, buddy. At exactly 2 p.m. there was a knock. I opened the door. Gregory stand there. No suit this time. Just slacks and a sweater. He looked smaller somehow. More human. He was holding a gift bag. Hi, he said. Come in. He stepped inside, looked around. I could see him taking in the worn furniture, the small TV, the toys scattered everywhere. Cody, I called. Come here for a minute. Cody ran out of his room, stopped when he sees Gregory. Hi, Cody said shyly. Hi, Cody. Gregory knelt down. I'm your grandfather. You can call me. Well, whatever you'd like. Grandpa. Gregory's eyed water. Grandpa's perfect. Cody looked at the gift bag. Is that for me? It is. Would you like to open it? Yes, please. Gregory handed him the bag. It was a stuffed elephant. Soft, gray, the kind that costs way too much. Wow. Cody hugged it. Thank you, Grandpa. You're welcome. Cody ran back to his room to show his other toys the elephant. Gregory looked at me. He looks just like her. I know. I've missed so much. Yes, you have. We standed there awkwardly. Can I ask you something? Gregory says. Sure. You said Caroline was scared of my judgment. Was it really that bad? Was I really that controlling? I thought about how to answer. About Caroline crying the night she told me she couldn't invite her father to our wedding. About how she flinched every time he called, afraid he'd somehow figure out her secret. Yes, I said honestly. You were. Gregory sat down on the couch, put his head in his hands. I thought I was protecting her, guiding her, making sure she didn't make mistakes. You were suffocating her. I know that now. He looked up. Can I tell you something? Okay. My wife, Caroline's mother, died when Caroline was 12. Cancer. I promised myself I'd take care of Caroline. Make sure she had everything. Make sure she never struggled the way we did when I was building the company. So you tried to control everything. I tried to make sure she never got hurt, never made bad choices, never ended up with someone who couldn't provide for her. He paused. Someone like you. I'm not going to apologize for not being rich. I'm not asking you to. Gregory walked to the window. My daughter spent 5 years hiding from me, and then she died trying to finally tell me the truth. That's my fault. It's not. It is. If I'd been the kind of father she could talk to, she wouldn't have been in that car that day. She wouldn't have been so terrified of telling me that she waited 5 years. I didn't know what to say to that. I can't get her back, Gregory continued. But I have a grandson, and I don't want to make the same mistakes with him. What are you saying? I'm saying I want to be part of his life, if you'll let me. And what does that look like? I don't know, but I'd like to figure it out. Together. Over the next few months, Gregory visited every Saturday. At first it was awkward. He didn't know how to talk to a 4-year-old, brought gifts that were too expensive, tried too hard. But slowly he got better. He learned that Cody liked magic, started bringing magic toys instead of designer ones. He learned that Cody liked pancakes, started bringing pancake mix and making breakfast. He learned that Cody missed his mom, started telling him stories about Caroline when she was little, and Cody loved it. Loved having a grandpa. Loved hearing about Mommy. One Saturday, Gregory pulled me aside while Cody played. I need to talk to you about something. Okay. I've been thinking about your situation. My situation? You work 70 hours a week. You're exhausted. Cody barely sees you. I'm doing the best I can. I know, and I'm not criticizing. I'm offering help. I tensed. I don't want your money. I'm not offering money, I'm offering a job. What? You were a teacher, a good one from what Caroline wrote in her journals. You read her journals? I've been reading everything she left behind, trying to understand her, trying to understand you. He pauses. She wrote about you constantly, about how much your students loved you, about how you'd stay late to help kids who were struggling, about how you'd spend your own money on supplies because the school didn't have enough. I looked away. That was a long time ago. It was only 6 months ago. Gregory pulled out a folder. I sit on the board of Newton Elementary, where you used to teach. I know. There's an opening, 4th grade. It's yours if you want it. I stared at him. You can't just... I can't guarantee you the job, but I can make sure your application gets serious consideration. The principal remembers you, speaks highly of you. Why would you do this? Because my daughter loved you. Because you gave up something you loved to take care of her son. Because Cody deserves to have a father who's not working himself to death. He paused. And because I need to start making things right. I applied for the job and got it. I went back in August, 4th grade. Room 204, the same room I taught in before. The same room where I met Caroline 6 years ago when she volunteered to read to my class. It's December now, 5 months since I started teaching again. Cody is in kindergarten at the same school. We come together every morning. My students are amazing. I'd forgotten how much I loved this, how much it filled me. Gregory visits every weekend. Takes Cody to the park, to museums, to movies. Last week he asked, "Can Cody spend Christmas with me?" What? I have a big house, empty. I'd like to fill it. With family, with you and Cody. If you'll come. I thought about saying no, about keeping that boundary. But then I thought about Caroline, about how much she wanted this. A family. Together. Okay, I said. We'll come. On Christmas morning, Cody runs into my room at 6 a.m. "Daddy, Santa came, and we're going to Grandpa's house." "I know, buddy." We drive to Gregory's mansion. It's the first time I've been there. It's massive, intimidating. But when Gregory opens the door, he's smiling. "Merry Christmas." Merry Christmas. Cody runs inside, marveling at the Christmas tree that's 12 feet tall. Gregory and I stand in the doorway. "Thank you," he says quietly. "For what?" "For giving me a second chance, for letting me know my grandson, for not giving up on me even when I deserved it. Caroline would have wanted this. She loved you." "I know, and I failed her." "But you're not failing, Cody." He looks at me. "Thank you for letting me try." We spend Christmas Day together, the three of us. Cody opens presents, plays with toys, eats too much candy. Gregory and I drink coffee, talk, really talk, about Caroline, about regrets, about second chances, about my own history and lack of close family. And for the first time since she died, I feel like maybe, just maybe, we're going to be okay. That night, after Cody falls asleep in one of Gregory's guest rooms, Gregory and I stand on the back deck. Looking at the stars, we stand in silence, and I think about Caroline, about the cemetery, about the stranger who turned out to be family, about how loss can break you. But sometimes, if you're lucky, it can also put you back together, just in a different shape than before. Have you ever found family in the most unexpected places? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story about loss, redemption, and second chances moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling stories about family, forgiveness, and finding your way home. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our next story. Thanks for watching, and we see you in the next one.